Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Dish at 5 o'clock. Dubuque to be getting a skate park and Loras College softball and baseball at Florida. All this and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Tilly Till.
And I'm Randy Gurdett, and this is the Daily Dish at 5. Coming soon to Dubuque is a skate park which will cost around $800,000 and will be located at Flora Park. The city will provide $600,000 of the cost, while Kids in Dubuque Skate, an organization created to make a new skate park, will try to raise the rest. The locals are excited to have more after-school options for kids in a more suitable location.
Recently, plans to make a so-called Miracle League have been discussed and is planning to be here in Dubuque near Wahlert and the Veterans Memorial Park. I caught up with Tom Wintry to tell us more about it.
It's just kind of a vision that I have had for a long time.
The park will consist of a rubber baseball field and a playground for the 1,700 children with disabilities in Dubuque.
Well, we're hoping that we can have kids running up and down the lines in 2018.
However, more than kids can come enjoy the space here.
There's really not an age limit either. This field can be used by people up to 25, 30 years old.
The addition will cost nearly $3 million, but will be worthwhile.
When you wait and when you see these kids run down first base for the first time, there's nothing any different from them being excited about getting to first base than any player I ever had.
In national news, Bernie Sanders remains one of America's most popular politicians. A recent survey conducted by Fox News asked Americans their opinions of a number of political leaders and political organizations. No elected official in the survey had a larger favorability than Senator Bernie Sanders, continuing Sanders' strong showing in such polls. Besides Sanders, Senator Elizabeth Warren and Vice President Mike Pence were the most popular politicians on net.
Thanks, Randy, for that survey. I always wondered which politician the public admired most. And now for the weather. Wednesday will be a high of 48, a low of 38, and a 50% chance of rain. Thursday will be a high of 41, low of 34 with an 80% chance of rain. Friday, a high of 49, low of 30, and partly cloudy all day. Saturday will be a high of 57, low of 37, also partly cloudy all day. Sunday will be a high of 57 as well, low of 42, and we'll have a nice overcast all day.
LCTV Sports brings you all you need to know about Duhawk Athletics. With the best highlights, in-depth stories,
I truly believe that this team has something special.
from the best crew in the Dubuque area. You can catch them in action Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock p.m.
Now for sports. The Loras softball team headed to Florida to play in the Rebel Springs tournament. They started off strong, taking the first two games of the week with a 12-3 win over Utica and 8-5 win over Wisconsin Lutheran. They continued their winning streak with wins over Skidmore and Knox. Two players that shined during these games were Emily Riley, who pitched a 6-inning game against Skidmore, allowing no runs, just 3 hits, and striking out 5. Ashley Lentine shined as she went 3 for 4 at the plate with a triple and scored twice against Knox. Day 3 of the trip, the Duhawks hit a bump in the road. They started with a 2-0 win over St. Scholastica before dropping their first loss of the season to Hamilton 5-4. The last day in Florida, the Duhawks had another split, losing to Worcester 5-3, but ended the week on a win over Washington Jefferson 11-2. The Duhawks' overall record is now 10-2 on the season.
The baseball team also headed down to the sunny state of Florida. They started off with the sweep of Utica, winning the first game 12-2, and the second game 14-1. The two star players of these games were Brad Schwind in the 12-2 win. He pitched 5 innings, struck out 8 batters, and gave up only 3 hits. And the 14-win Mike Muto gave quite the performance, going 3 for 4 at the plate with 3 RBIs. The Duhawks then dropped the next 3 games of the tournament, losing to Lawrence 7-4, to Carleton 2-1, and Knox was the final loss of the tournament 5-3. The Duhawks ended their trip in Florida with a doubleheader sweep against Hope, winning the first game 3-2 and the final game 11-5. The Duhawks are now 6-6 on the season.
The World Baseball Classic has been going on for the past few weeks in the months of March. The United States took on Puerto Rico for the championship game. Kinsler from USA brought the first 2 runs of the game in with blasting a 2-run home run over the left field center fence. The United States clinched the victory against Puerto Rico, winning the final game 8-0, keeping Puerto Rico from the title for the second year in a row.
And now we bring you the story of the night. Whispering Hope, based out of Dyersville, Iowa, started as a cat rescue house housing over 20 cats that were strays, and now houses dogs as well, which are all up for adoption. You can come check it out or volunteer. Whispering Hope could always use more help, donations, and loving families. I'm Tilly Till, and this is Randy Gurdett, and we're signing off from the Daily Dish at 5.
Remember, whether it's people or places,
We've got the dish.